The third installment of the SPIES series features Alfons Ekman's SPIES number 5 Burr puzzle. The solution to this puzzle is not difficult, but it took me a while to discover. If this is your first SPIES puzzle you've seen, I encourage you to complete the SPIES number 4 puzzle in an earlier video, which is a bit easier with fewer parts. You'll learn some techniques there that you can use to help solve SPIES number 5. This puzzle has only one plate, and I think it's best given in parts to let the puzzler put it together rather than use it as a disassembly puzzle. You might need to think a bit out of the box to discover the solution for this. Alfons has kindly given permission for me to provide the 3D printing model files that you'll need to build your own copy. There's a link in the description where you can find this information. Please respect his copyright and only use this for your own enjoyment. As with most of Alfons' puzzles and all the puzzles in this series, you shouldn't rotate any of the pieces in order to arrive at the intended solution. Now, depending on how you solve this puzzle, some of the pieces may rotate just due to gravity, and sometimes you need 3 hands to try to keep the pieces apart. I find if I work on these puzzles over a tabletop, it might be a little easier. This is a level, what's called a level 19. It's got 35 moves if you're putting it together from all the pieces. Once it's together, it takes 19 moves to remove the first piece. I provided a couple of mini hints or minor hints and one major hint for this puzzle, but there's no solution. I think you probably will discover the solution on your own, given a reasonable amount of time. So the first hint follows. And it's probably something you've discovered from if you've worked on the previous 2 SPIES puzzles. The first thing I do is try to get the orientation of the fork just right. And you can just work with the fork and you'll notice that the fork should go left and right. But it's also at some point going to slide either down or up to allow some additional moves. So you can determine the orientation of the fork that way. Then, not using the fork, just insert the blue pieces and you'll probably figure out how those 5 pieces have to align. For minor hint number 2, and maybe this is just to confirm the work that you've done before, this is going to show the orientation of all the pieces. Sometimes you've tried to work on a solution and you're not quite sure if you've got all the pieces. You're sure that maybe there's some other orientation, but this is the way all the pieces go. The 2 outside blue pieces are in the same orientation. The 3 inner ones are, again, all in that orientation. Now, I really encourage you to work on this for some time before you go for hint number 3, as you'll probably ruin some of your joy in solving this puzzle if you're given too many hints. So the big problem generally is, how do I get that last blue piece in that plate? There's a little bit of a new technique here. You can stop here and sort of think about it, ponder it for a while. Often if you come back in a day or so, all of a sudden it may appear to you. So if you're sure, here's the major hint. In the last step, there's 2 pieces that get inserted together. Then you manipulate or move all the pieces to position them correctly. That should be enough to get you to the right solution. Happy puzzling.